Welcome back. So as the name of this class implies, we're going to be working the full body. So we're going to be on our hands and knees for probably a little bit more than half, and then we're going to come down onto our backs. So we're working arms, shoulders, core, glutes, often a combination of those at the same time. And we're going to be working with a weight. So I've got 4 pounds here. We just need one. If you're not sure what weight to choose, maybe have a couple to choose from so you can decide in the moment, or if you need to switch during an exercise. All right, so we're gonna start on our hands and knees. If you need some time to warm up the wrists beforehand, make sure you take that time before you come to your hands and knees, because we're kind of gonna get right into it. So let's get those knees under our hips and our hands or wrists right underneath our shoulders. Open those fingers nice and wide. Lift your chest away from the ground, maybe dropping the shoulders down. And then gaze down to the floor here. Let's just take a moment to bring our attention to our body. So maybe you can feel that weight of your body through your hands, the contact of your body to the floor through your legs. Maybe feeling certain muscles already starting to work. And then just feeling your breath moving in and out, just for a couple of breaths here, just to transition onto the mat and into this shorter class. So let's take this connection into our first movement and beyond, starting by lifting the tail, lowering the belly, opening the chest. Let's pause here for a moment in our cow position. So it's easy to kind of create a big arch through the lower back here. So yes, we want an arch there, but we want to balance that out with an arch through the middle and upper back. That's where the opening of the chest comes in. Here we're also dropping our shoulders down the back and looking forwards. We're working through our arms to keep lifting that chest away from the ground. Now keep that lift and opening through the chest as you tuck your tail and round through the spine, slowly making your way up the spine. And then upper back rounds and you're looking towards your belly button. Then we'll sit back for a moment towards our heels. Excuse me. And then we'll come forward as the spine comes neutral right over our hands. Tricep press here, so let your elbows bend back towards your knees. We want to have weight through the arms as much as possible here to feel this work. We're going to press up, and we're going to start again with the cow. So tail lifts. We've got that arch throughout our whole spine. And then keep that open chest as you round from the bottom to the top. Chin comes in, and we sit back towards our heels. We come forward again as much over your hands as is comfortable. We're in a neutral spine. We're going to tricep press again, so elbows point back. We press all the way up, lifting the chest, coming into our cow again. Last one here. So take it one vertebra at a time, don't rush. Inhaling as we sit back. Coming forward, exhaling, finding that neutral through your spine. Inhale on the way down towards the floor and exhale up. We're back in neutral here. Then we're going to take our elbows right where our wrists were. And we're going to, excuse me, warm up through our hips. So let's just shift back and forth from the knees to the arms a few times, kind of like creating a little saw here. And then find center, so shoulders over elbows, knees under our hips. Lift the chest up away from the ground. Little tuck of the tail. Let's puff out a little bit of a puff of our lower back ribs. So Think of your back, the lower ribs are puffing out a little bit into your shirt. That's small, you probably can't even see it as I do it. Tucking the left toes under. And we're gonna start to lift that left heel up. Rotate the knee open. Take that knee towards your shoulder and then down and around. So circles here. We go up, turn that knee out, go towards the shoulder and down. So nice full circle here as we breathe in and out. As always, we're trying to stay centered on the mat. Let's go one more in this direction. Lift that chest. Keep the core switched on. When you come back to center, we go out first. There's a little internal rotation through the hip. The knee comes up and then down through center. So a little internal rotation as the heel lifts. We bring that knee to center and then down. A couple more times here. Last one. Big circle here as we stay centered and the knee comes in. Shift off your shoulders just for a moment, breathing in and then breathing out. We'll come back. Find that active and core engaged position as we tuck the right toes under. Keep weight through that right arm as the right heel comes up. We open that knee out to the side, bring it towards the shoulder and down. Get that breath going, breathing in and out. Two more here. We want to feel the glutes really working here to create the lift and the rotation. Okay, one more here. Lift that chest. Back to center. Maybe find your center again here. Connect the core or to the core. Open that knee out and up and around. So turning in as you lift, bring it to center and down. Two more here. Watch the shifting of your weight to the left side. So keep weight through that left arm as we do one more. And we find center. We sit back for a moment. Taking perhaps some deeper breaths here. And then we're coming right back up, this time onto our hands. And this is where the weight comes in for the first time. If you're choosing to use it, it's going to come into your left hand. So grab onto that weight in your left hand, just keep it on the floor. Hands are directly under our shoulders. The right fingers are nice and open. Again, lift that chest. Puff out those ribs or tuck them in from the front, however you want to look at it. Little tuck of the tail without rounding through the lower back. Excuse me, tuck those toes under. So we're going to be doing a similar movement with the leg. So up to the ceiling with our knee bent, and then a row with our arm. So we'll take a breath in to prepare and lift up, and then exhale, row, heel up to ceiling. Inhale, tap down. So exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. So the arms, the elbow stays close to the body. Like we're trying to punch the ceiling with our elbow. And then the leg stays bent, heel to ceiling. Breathing out as you lift. At the same time, We're keeping everything lifted through the shoulder, through the chest, through the core. Let's go 5 more here. Remember, you can always regroup, reset, however many times you need to. 3, trying to get that leg horizontal. 2. All right, we're gonna hold on the 1. So make sure your core is dropped in. So if you're starting to collapse, lift it up. We're gonna lift and stay, straightening the knee, straightening the elbow, and then bend. I can't look as I'm doing it because it doesn't feel right. So elbow straightens, knee straightens, and then heel to bum as the elbow bends. Stay lifted. Keep dropping my thigh. 4, 3, keep breathing. 2, it's a hard one. Last one, bend and lower down. Just come off of your hands for a moment. Shake things out if you need to. Maybe roll the shoulders. And then let's get into the other side. So the weight's going to be on the right. Hands under shoulders. Knees under hips, this time with the left toes tucked under. Oh, sorry, wrong side. And we're going to lift that chest. Draw those ribs in. Breathe in. Stay for your exhale. Engage through the core with that exhale. Stay for the inhale, and then we lift on the exhale. Elbow up, heel to the ceiling. And tap down. So lots to pay attention to. Just do your best, as I know you are. Most important piece is to keep ourselves lifted away from the ground and the core engaged. And then the arm and leg action happens after that. So maybe your focus can be on that. For 5 and 4, elbow up to the ceiling. Keep that elbow close to the body. 2. We're gonna hold on the 1 if we can. And then straighten arm and leg, and then bend. So keep that core lifted. I know it's a hard one. 4. Keep adjusting as you need to. 3, reach. 2, that's it. 1 more, stay strong. Bend and lower. Whew. All right, grab a seat, place the weight down behind you, and grab a seat with your legs in front. We're gonna make our way down. So let's do hands across chest. If that doesn't work for you for whatever reason, arms in front. Right on top of your sit bones, spine really lengthened up to the ceiling. So even if your arms are crossed or in front of you, you're gonna open the collarbones here. Big breath in. Exhale, draw in those abdominals, start to roll off your sit bones. Pubic bone lifts forward and up. We're gonna take our time here to go down. Let's stop before it gets really, really hard. We'll take a breath in. And with that exhale, just draw those abdominals, create that tension through especially the lower abdominals. And then as slowly as you can, you're gonna make your way all the way down. Amazing. Okay, let's leave the legs extended. Find your weight, so both legs are straight. Lift the arms up Actually, sorry, this first part is without a weight. Let's place that weight down, hands behind the head. Bring your pelvis to neutral. We'll start with the left leg, breathing in, curling up left leg to tabletop. Inhale, we lower the leg down, lower our head and shoulders. So exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Let's really try to get those, even the tips of the shoulder blades, off the floor if you can. If you're not quite there yet, that's okay. Other leg stays grounded, and that side of the pelvis also stays grounded. 3 more. 2. We're holding this next one. Make sure your elbows are nice and wide. Make sure your shoulders are in line with the hips as you breathe in. Twist up and over to the left. Breathe out. And out. So elbows out wide here. We've got the seat belt coming across from the right shoulder to the left hip. We're tightening that seat belt as we go for 4, 3, 2. We're going to hold this one, elbows wide, fingers light. We're tapping the toes down and up, down and up. For 4, keep that seatbelt tight. 3, other leg stays grounded. 2, tap one more time, bring that leg back up, come to center and lower down. Place that foot on the ground. All right, we're taking that weight. We're gonna lift the weight just above our face. Let the shoulders sink lightly into the sockets here. Extend this left leg up to the ceiling as best you can. Make sure you haven't come into an imprint though, okay? So we breathe in, we breathe out, we reach up the leg, then we reach a little bit more, and then we lower, leg goes down, arms go overhead. We exhale, exhale. Lower as you breathe in, and then breathing out. So there's a little pulsing breath here. Lengthen, breathe in. Curl, breathe out. And down. If you need to take more than those 2 breaths, of course you can. But we're lifting up, and then we're lifting that little bit more. And then we control on the way down. Elbows are soft. We keep connection with the core. All right, one more on this side. One more of lowering down. Coming back up. We're gonna bend that opposite leg, bring this leg to tabletop. Arms are still lifting up to the ceiling. We're neutral spine here. Breathing in to prepare. Exhale, we lift into our bridge, and we lift a little more, and then we lower. So we lift, lift, and lower. So there's a little pulse at the top. And lower. So we breathe out, and in on the way down. And down. 5 more. And down. Let's make sure you're not arching through your back. So a little tuck of the tail, connection across the front of the body. 2 more. Hold this last one if you can. We're going to take the arms back just a little bit, as long as it's comfortable on your shoulders. Soft elbows. Keep your hips lifted. Tap the toes down and up. Keep the ribs drawn down and in. 5. Hips are lifted. 4. 3. 2. Come back up after this last one. Bring the arms over your face again. Roll down through your spine. Extend both your legs. Just bring the weight down to the side. Okay, we've got the other side and then we're done. So legs straight, pelvis neutral, hands behind the head. Breathing in, we curl up, right leg to tabletop. Inhale, lower. Exhale, we come up, looking forward. So just keep watching those elbows. They start to creep forward. It might just mean that you're starting to use your hands to lift your head. What we want lifting our head and shoulders is our abdominals. So not the fingers. Keep going. Other leg stays heavy into the ground, including the pelvis. 2 more here. Holding here on the last one, elbows wide. Take a breath in at center, legs in tabletop. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. And center. So left leg stays grounded. And the left side of the pelvis, if you can. For 5. 3. That seatbelt, we're tightening on the other side now. 2. We're gonna hold here, elbows wide. Tap those toes down and up. Keep going for 4. 5. No, 3. Sorry. Last 2. And 1. Come back to tabletop, center your body, upper body, and lower down. Place the foot down. Find your weight. Good work. We're almost there. Left leg is going to stay extended, right leg on the floor, and the right leg is going to reach up to the ceiling in a neutral spine here. This is the one where we crawl up the leg. So breath in, we exhale, exhale, inhale as we lower, exhale. If you need to take another exhale and inhale, do what you need to do so you're not holding your breath. But lower slowly. Stay connected across the front of the body. Long leg, long arms, except the elbows a little bit bent. All right, 2 more here. Slow and controlled. Last one. We're still lowering down on this last one. And then coming all the way back up, except the head and shoulders stay. We're going to bring that leg to tabletop. Arms are still over our face. Slide the other foot in line with your sit bone. Neutral spine as we breathe in. Exhale, we press up and down. Inhale. And down. So this right leg stays exactly as is, doing all this work through that left glute. And inhale on the way down. Keep going. Just watch you're not powering or trying to really arch the back here. We're working from the hip. Okay, last 2, and we're holding that second one. So we're gonna hold this last one. Take the arms back just a little bit. So it feels challenging, but not straining on the shoulders. And then tapping those right toes down and up as we keep the pelvis lifted. So if you're dropping down, bring the hips up. Remember the connection across the front. Keep breathing, we're almost there. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your arms more over your face. Bring that leg to tabletop. Roll down through your spine. Place the weight down. Hug your knees into your chest. Extend legs, extend your arms, stretch out across the front of the body. One more big breath in and out. You can bring your arms back towards you, bend those knees. We're finished this full body workout. Amazing work. Thanks for joining me. And I hope I see you in another class again soon. Take care.